Welcome to
Core Memory Unlocked.
Hello?
Welcome to Core Memory Unlocked. I'm Zak, that's Justin. I have no idea how's this sounding.
And it sounds like you're on the other side of a wall.
Welcome to Core Memory Unlocked. I'm Zak, that's Justin.
There you go.
There it is. All right, I'm
There
taking
it
this
is.
off. You got to see it. You
I
got
love
to
it.
see a little spooky
Yeah.
on the ground there. Welcome to the show. This is the spooky Halloween edition of Core Memory Unlocked, 1993.
93 Halloween.
Whoa. Last week we did Addams Family Values, and now we're here with probably the most child knowing spooky movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird because this obviously not a big hit out in the world when it came out.
Okay, yeah.
I believe it even came out during the summer.
Oh,
And not
interesting.
Halloween.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure. I
Okay.
don't want to
Do
just
that.
put that false
But yeah,
information
but
out
this
there.
is a PG Halloween movie.
And I think it found the fan base.
Yeah.
Through what, 30 years now?
Yeah, and also in me. So I had seen it when it first came out. I mean, I had always has seen it,
Right.
but and I would watch it from time to time, but it has grown on me in the same way it's kind of grown on the culture. Like, I
Right.
do love it more now than I did 10 years ago. Even though I liked it 10 years ago, I was like, yeah,
Right.
it's a good movie. But now I love it now, and it's one of our staples in our homes. Like, I think I think we watch it on Halloween.
Wow.
It is a on Halloween.
You don't
movie.
watch when it came out? July 16th?
Wow.
July 16th?
16.
For a Halloween movie?
How about that?
How weird is that?
How about that?
And Disney is known for that. Halloween movies are weird. Like, why did it take so long for people to realize maybe we should put these out during the season?
I wonder if, like, summertime, they'll get... People are watching movies in summer anyway.
Kids are off.
And then by the time October comes around,
Right.
it's on VHS or DVD or whatever.
Very true.
And then they get another big boom, a spike
true.
in sales, around
Very
that time.
true.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah,
when
well-
people are going to want to buy it.
Okay, see, now you're getting into a different business here. Back then, movies didn't come out till 6 months down the line.
Was it? I knew it was a while.
It was a while.
But, now I would be interested to see the DVD release of this. Because Matt Damon was just talking about that.
Matt
He was talking
Damon.
about how, like, when making movies was so much easier back when there was DVD sales, because if a movie didn't do that well in its theater run, then you knew you would have another jump in gross from the DVD sales. He said,
Yes.
but now that's just not there anymore, and so movie studios are less likely to, like, take risks and put out money for films. And
January 5th, 1994. Wow. It missed the fucking mark 2 times.
6 months, man. You called it.
What'd I say?
6 months.
Well, so back then, and Matt Damon is right to
Yeah.
not talk about the movie real quick.
Right.
It was a different thing because the way it worked, and as you know, I mean, that's half why I do this show,
Yeah.
is a movie comes out 6 months down the line, it's VHS release.
Yeah.
6 months after that's when it hits HBO or something.
Okay.
So you're talking, it has 2 time frames to make money.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
why, like,
right.
movies nowadays, I mean, they're perfect example. Beetlejuice is on VOD right now.
Right.
You
Yes.
can
It's
buy it.
fast.
It's a month.
Yes.
It
It's-
released
as soon as
a
it's-
month.
As soon as it's done with the theater run.
Supposedly, don't quote me because they haven't announced it, but there's been the rumors, Beetlejuice will be on Max on Halloween night.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Which I get from a standpoint of, I want people to watch my Halloween movie on Halloween.
Sure.
But that's how fast it has to be now because zeitgeist, if you're in and out,
Yes.
that's your time frame. So
Right.
it's almost like, and I wonder if it's going to be a huge hit in that kind of mindset with how quick it has to be, because you got to look at it from like TV show. You know, the reason why people want to go week to week again is because if you release everything all at once, no one's talking about you 2 weeks later.
Right.
But
yes, yeah.
if your movie comes out and then you put it on VOD a month later and then it's on your streaming service 3 weeks after that, then does that feel like you got 2 months of the zeitgeist?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's also like not only when you like dump a season for like binge watching, but I think it's not that they drop it and then everyone starts immediately talking about it.
Right.
I think it's people can't talk about it
Right.
because there are some people that are going to need to catch up and they're not able to binge it all at one time.
Right.
And so then they have to wait a while. And then it's like how long do you wait before you can start talking about it? Because there's not really a set date. So that's kind of weird versus when it's just week to week. You can talk about that last episode the very next day.
Right.
And you can assume that, like, okay, well...
everybody watched it.
Right.
You had to be here for the finale.
And if you haven't watched it, then it's only going to take you 30 minutes, 45 minutes to watch it. It's not like I have to wait for you to watch this entire series.
100%.
And then by the time that people do catch up, 4 to 6 weeks later, the people that binge watch it right away, it's like, all right, well, I've already moved on.
Right.
So it's like this out of sync thing, versus like putting everybody on the same schedule.
And now we're in a weird world where it's like we release 2 episodes, then we do a couple, then we do 2 finales. Like, guys, get your shit straight. But Hocus Pocus, you said this is childhood goody for you.
Yeah, I love this. I love this movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it a billion times.
Right.
It's so much fun. It's just fun.
It is a fun movie. I do love that it is that. It's funny. I like comparing, and we've already just talked about it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel if you were a specific 90s kid, like I'm just out of the range. Granted, I was a kid that watched it, and I do enjoy Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
But I always seem to feel like there was a beef between this movie and Beetlejuice.
Oh,
and it was like, which kid's horror movie, gateway horror, is your gateway horror?
Which is funny because, and then they are 2 different tones. Because one's very Disney, and the other one's very, Tim Burton-y.
Even though this Disney movie is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, well, first of all, I mean, the fact that the whole thing is based around virgins.
That's what I'm saying.
That's wild.
Guys, what are we doing?
And he's a virgin, says the 11-year-old girl.
I know, right? All right, skank.
And he's a virgin. Why does she know what a virgin is? I love that everyone's calling him out for being a virgin.
Yeah, well, obviously you have to. Before we get into
Hollywood! Sorry, I love this movie.
Before we get into it, obviously, we're going to watch the trailer. So go ahead and cue up that trailer, Joe.
Yeah, the trailer.
Yep. Oh, we don't have a trailer? No trailer on the live editions of the show?
How about you pull it up on your phone?
No!
Well, hear me out.
Really?
Yeah, hear me out. Pull it up on your phone, and while we're watching on your phone, we'll also put a picture-in-picture for the people watching.
That sounds like work for me, but sure, why not? What am I doing?
Whatever. I did all this work so far.
I did all this!
Look at this fucking face.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Hocus.
Because I do kind of. I want to see the trailer.
Okay, while I'm looking for it, just a real quick question: have you seen Hocus Pocus 2?
No.
Really?
No.
I kind of feel like I want to do a reaction movie watch.
We could.
I think
it just does not interest me. I'd rather just watch. I love Hocus Pocus. I think Hocus Pocus 2 is for all the Hocus Pocus fans.
Yes.
I am one of.
Yeah.
And if I wanted to see Hocus Pocus 2, I would just watch Hocus Pocus again.
You're not wrong.
That's just how I kind of feel about it.
We'll have to hold off and get there when we get there. So me and Ja are going to watch Hocus Pocus, the trailer. In 3, 2, hit it! No!
This timing's going to be bonkers.
It's going to be great. 3, 2, 1, hit!
I'll sync up the audio.
There it is. Available on DVD!
I love it. It is the DVD.
I'm going to sit...
Back in
They need to make that an
1694,
actual
the people
song.
of Salem, Massachusetts, thought they got rid of the
Hello,
Sanderson
Cool Jack.
sisters for good.
We shall be back.
Yeah, they have the just typical great
Look!
witch.
I feel like they're even using Beetlejuice music.
They have the sexy witch,
And they're back.
and they have the funny witch.
Are you boys a little old?
Is this Beetlejuice?
Definitely not.
Three ancient hags versus the 20th century. How bad can it be?
Now they're digging
There
up
he
old
is.
friends.
It's wild how much shit I know him from.
Yeah.
The actor who plays him.
Yeah.
Looking for the one
I'll
thing
name
they
his-
miss most.
Filmography in a bit.
Great.
I'm not hungry. But we are.
Only one boy has the power to stop them
It is Beetlejuice.
You're right.
Here, you fool!
before all Salem falls under their spell.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to have to send this now. Maybe this is why I always had hate.
Right. Yeah.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Bette Midler,
Hello.
Sarah Jessica Parker,
Would thou dance with me?
and Kathy Najimy.
Like, she just wants
Hocus
the
Pocus.
dick down.
Oh my god.
She wants to ride
Can I
a
play with
broomstick.
him? Yeah.
She wants to ride a broomstick non-stop.
Oh my god.
No screaming.
Wow, what a trailer. Okay, I gotta remember to send this one specifically
Yes, that one
because we saw it.
specifically. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Not a bad trailer. I mean, like
Yeah,
it
no,
would
it's
have
good.
it would have made me like, yeah, I want to
Yeah,
watch this
for sure.
movie.
Looks good.
And make me just fucking
Yeah.
angry.
The performance is fucking
Yeah.
great.
Oh yeah. So
great.
this movie, I mean,
Yeah.
it begins back in the 1600s?
Oh yes, the opening shot is the witches originally in Salem.
Yeah, in
The
Salem
Sanderson
in the
sisters,
past.
Yes.
And they get caught because they're trying to get young again.
Yes.
so
and they're
they
sucking the lives out of the children.
Sucking the lives out of the children,
Yes.
baby, which I
Yeah.
completely understand, man. And it's the beginning's wild because the hero that you think you're going to have of the movie is not necessarily
Zachary Binks.
Yeah, Zachary Binks, which I like Zachary Binks. Human form, I think
Yeah.
he fucks.
Yeah.
I think you could tell he's hero, but his sister's kidnapped. He's trying to save her.
Yes.
Fails miserably.
Yes.
She dies again. Why this is Disney dark.
Yes. Yep.
And he gets turned into a cat that lives forever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're hung.
Yes.
They're
killed.
hung,
Yes.
killed, dunzo.
Yeah.
Very dark 10 minutes
sure.
into this Disney
Sure,
movie.
yep.
Which I wonder, I didn't see or notice there. I wonder if it was Walt Disney in theater. Granted, we just watched the DVD
Right.
trailer, but it makes me wonder if it was Touchstone Pictures when it was released in theater.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Mm-hmm. I feel like it would make sense because if it was like Disney from the get-go, I imagine a lot of things would have been different about it.
Right.
For sure. I don't think it would have had as much sexuality as it has.
Yeah.
Especially with Sarah Jessica Parker's character. Holy shit.
We're gonna get into it.
Yes.
And it's wild because like I have a crush in here. Now, granted,
Me too.
It's not Tiffany Amber Thiessen level crush,
Uh-huh.
but it is crush enough, and it's the girl, the one Max wants.
Uh-huh.
What's her fucking character name?
Allison.
Allison.
Kiss me, I'm Allison.
Vanessa Shaw is
Okay,
her
yeah.
real name.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was either the year previous or it's this year, 1993.
Yeah.
She came out with a movie, Ladybugs.
Okay.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
You've never
God.
seen
No, I don't even know
Ladybugs?
if I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah. What is it?
It's a Rodney Dangerfield vehicle.
Okay.
And he is the head coach of a soccer team.
All right. I haven't seen it, but it is starting to sound a
And
little
Jonathan
bit more familiar.
Brandis plays the son of the girl he's with and dresses him up as a girl to play on this team.
Okay, great.
All
And
I'm
she's
going
in
to
it?
say is, in the time of when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
watching a certain scene in that movie, I was like, God, I love this girl.
Okay.
Cannot watch this movie now without cops coming to the door.
Right. She looks old in this movie.
She does,
not
and
look
I
like
think
a high
that
schooler.
she looks 15. So 1976, A6, like she's 17 years old.
Okay, I know that's crazy. I could buy her being like 20.
Yeah,
For
Yeah,
sure.
well, she looks
there was
at
like a
what she's
maturity to her.
in 3 years after this movie. She's 20.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like she is definitely playing younger.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
that's how
Yeah.
Hollywood was
Now,
back then.
I also need to speak of. I also have a crush in this movie.
Oh, that's not the crush.
That's
Is
not
it
the
Sarah
crush.
Jessica?
No.
It's not even Sarah Jessica.
Okay.
It's the mom.
No. Let me get there. Oh, the mom who plays Madonna. I love it.
Because, by the way, the Madonna, this movie has a swingers party, and
It does.
nobody wants to admit it.
Does.
Nobody's admitted it.
No, it does. It does.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Um,
No, and then it's not a crush from this movie.
Oh.
It was it's his sister. It's the little sister, Thora Birch. Thora Birch was my first crush, not from this movie.
Not from this movie.
Not from this movie.
obviously.
She's too young. But when she
Too
got
young.
a little older, she was literally my first like celebrity crush.
Really?
Thora Birch.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so I'm excited that like maybe once we get into 90s movies down the line that she ends up being in.
Right.
I was in love with her for years.
Wow.
And it's funny because she's kind of like not really been in the forefront, it's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely one for me. That's like very core memory crush.
Or memory
Thora Birch.
crush.
I do love her in
unlocked.
this movie, but not crush wise. But she's great. She's fucking great in this movie.
Awesome. Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Well, so the movie starts after we get through the open. Then we meet Max.
Yeah, in the classroom. He's new.
He's new.
He's from
Which
California, and they moved to where again? This
This
in
is
Salem.
Salem.
Salem. Yeah. Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yeah, you said it. So
Check out the new trainers.
even fucking from the get, like I don't like Max.
Okay.
And because I don't like this, like, he's playing suave, which he absolutely is not.
Okay.
Like, there's another movie that plays a California kid moving to a town.
Yeah.
It's called Airborne.
Yes. Yes.
That kid was suave, had an
Yeah.
earring, hair looked great.
Right,
This guy looks like you ordered him off Wish.
Right.
Like, if Airborne had a Wish like thing and you fucking
Yes.
sent for it,
Yes.
you get Max.
You get Max. I also look at it through the lens of like I feel like maybe he was cool in California and then the energy just does not work here at all.
I don't think so. I'm
And
not
then he
picking that up.
I say, all right.
We just did Encino Man. There's 42 kids that look cool.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. I don't think he was. I think he was more normalized there. I don't think he was one of the cooler kids. I just think.
So you thought he was bringing, like, oh, I'm from here.
That's his
I can be cool.
personality, which I don't think he was necessarily like cool there. I don't think he was. I think he just fit in with the Californians.
No.
And then here, it's like that energy doesn't work here, bro.
This bitch hung out with Sean Astin.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
who he hung
Yeah,
out with.
right,
Okay.
right, yeah,
Like this. Oh, now we're painting a different fucking picture here.
Okay.
So he's a kid that lived in the same neighborhood as Sean Astin.
Okay, yeah.
And he looked up to Pauly Shore.
In Encino, yeah.
In
He lived
Encino. And he was like, fuck, I want to be that guy. Mom and dad were like, we're moving. And he was like, I'm going to be
could
as
be that
cool.
guy.
I could be that
Be
guy.
that guy.
It's either that or I'm
Yeah.
shush. But you know what? That's what he went for.
Yeah.
He went for shush.
Yes.
And when he
Yes.
got here, it doesn't play off because Shush lives there as Disney versions.
yeah.
But also, like, and what I'm saying from the get, like, he comes to her and he's like, here's my number. Get bit, Max.
He does. He goes for it.
Like, in class.
Goes
Class
for it.
ain't over. This is
Yes.
during. And, like, all the kids are looking at him
Goes
like,
for it.
who the fuck is this guy? I know I'm in a Disney property,
Yeah.
but who the fuck is he?
Well, that's kind of I guess that maybe that's the way to look at it. So the lens is he is somebody that's trying to reinvent himself
Right.
as being cool, which
Right.
is why when he goes to the Sanderson sisters' house, he's cool about the whole thing. He's like, oh, whatever,
Right.
like, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
Just a bunch.
Like I think that's him trying to impress this girl and all that stuff. Like I
Right.
think he's just so desperate to kind of like I'm the guy that just that will rizz up this girl and like give her my number and
No
blah
cap.
blah blah.
No
And then
cap.
meanwhile he gets, and meanwhile he He doesn't get jumped on the way home, but he gets
his shoes are
robbed.
taken.
His shoes are taken from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Ice.
From Ice.
Remember, my name's Ice now.
My name's Ice now. Okay.
Those guys are awesome.
They're the best.
I love even just those two casting wise are so
right.
fun.
No, it was great
I don't
casting
feel
for
good.
them.
It's because you're keeping it candy, you oinker.
Oinker.
You want to go? That's the other thing. It's not a Disney movie. You want to go look at babes get undressed? He goes, it's like midnight. They're all undressed already.
Right.
Yeah, he's openly talking about being a voyeur and seeing girls get undressed in their room.
He's hosting a show right now called Core Memory Cucked.
This guy,
Uncucked.
Yeah, that's right. So another this would be a wild choice for Disney to approve this script.
Which again, why I
Those
think
guys are great.
Touchstone Pictures presents.
Yeah, fair enough. But I love those guys. But anyway, so he tries to impress this girl.
Right.
He has to take his
Lights
little sister.
a fucking candle.
He has to take his little sister trick or treating.
Yeah.
In the middle of it, they end up going to Allison's house, which lives in this fucking mansion.
Where the swinger party is
Yeah,
happening.
exactly. Yeah, and so
Don't lie to me.
Hosted by
This
them.
is-
That's right. And so eventually they convince her to come out.
Mm-hmm.
This is his dream girl.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, dude, you just met her.
He
Whatever.
met her 3 minutes ago.
Whatever.
You want her to be your dream
Yeah.
girl? Go watch Ladybugs.
I was gonna say, watch Ladybugs.
Watch Ladybugs, and then you'll see why she's a dream girl.
right.
Oh my god!
So then they
I'm gonna show you this fucking scene.
going to the Sanderson house. It's like it's this
Sure,
big
all of us.
floor. But this is also wild that like that house has just been. Oh, it was a museum, right? They
Right.
did have it open for a museum for a while,
Right.
but they just needed a virgin to light the candle, and it just had not happened until Max came along.
Until Max, and then they let out the sisters.
Yeah.
And once again, we get before we go in.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what are we doing here?
All right, dream sequence from Ladybugs.
Okay.
This is
the
where
scene?
the crush comes into play.
All right.
You watch this scene in 3, 2, 1, hit.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, she's probably 17 here.
It's
18.
slow motion running in a sports
It's a
bra.
kids movie.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It's very Baywatch.
There, look at this. Look what she's wearing.
Yeah. Oh my, more Baywatch boobs.
They know what they're doing with this
Yeah.
child.
Yep.
You're all watching it right now.
Yeah.
You fucking smuts.
Yep.
Look at all that.
I get it. Yeah. And then when you're
Gee
at a
whiz.
certain age, boobs
Get out of
you.
town, bruh.
They get you before anything else gets you.
And she's also the girlfriend in 40 Days, 40 Nights, where she rapes Josh Hartnett.
Ah.
Can you say rape?
I don't know.
When she takes advantage of him.
That's right. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I didn't see the movie.
You never see.
But I remember that. I remember that movie. No more clips. No more
I'm
clips.
trying to show
I do.
Vanessa Shaw
I get it.
is.
This is not Core Memory Unlocked Vanessa Shaw. It's Core,
Core
Memory
Memory
Unlocked Hocus Pocus. Let's stay. Let's keep it in your
Keep
pants
me
there,
here.
guys.
I'm glad I'm
But I
wearing
do know. I do
coveralls.
remember that movie. I just had not seen it.
So
Anyway, so then
they brought them out. Speaking of another girl, Sarah Jessica Parker comes out of this. So does Weenie.
Yeah.
And then the lead, who
Yeah, Bette
is
Midler. Winnie.
Bette Midler. Weenie. And they're a fucking hoot.
They're
the
great.
entire movie.
They're fucking great.
They have great chemistry. This is why
Great
everybody
chemistry.
loves it. Everybody
Yes.
wanted
They eat up
more.
the scenery. It's just
Chew it up.
100%. Now, I did see, even before Hocus Pocus 2 came out, I did see that Bette Midler regarded this as her favorite role that she's ever played.
I get it.
Which it makes
I get
sense.
why.
It looks like the most fun.
Right.
It's like playing the joke, like Heath Ledger's Joker. It's gotta be just pure fun.
Right.
Pure character. And
Right.
they just did all these fun bits. I don't know how much of it was improv, but it was all just so cohesive with the three of them, and it was like a Three Stooges kind of thing.
100%.
When she starts crying, it really hurt my feelings, and they try to make her feel better. It's just so much fun, man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And
They
they
steal the show for sure.
They steal the show. They figure out how they're going to
Well, they also
send
have to
these
figure out what
witches.
year it is.
Oh, that is fun.
Right? So they have
That
to
is
reveal
fun.
what year it is, and so they're not used to any of the future technology.
Right.
Even down to the streets. They thought it was a black river.
Yeah.
And here's another great bit. One of my favorite bits where they're just like, oh, it's a black river, and they're like, maybe we can cross it. Perhaps it's not too deep. And then they look behind Sarah Jessica Parker's character, like throw her in, like, and then they both push her in at the same time.
She just starts
she goes,
jumping.
ah, yes. And that's what they were willing to sacrifice her.
She's got to go.
It's such a great
And
bit.
that's the thing about it is like they're all together for the greater good.
Yes.
But boy, oh boy,
There's a
are
clear
they ready
hierarchy
to
there.
cross somebody's path? They're going to.
There's a clear hierarchy there.
Yes,
Yeah, for sure. They have a clear
100%.
leader who the other two are serving her. But they also have their purpose. You know,
Right.
one of them can sniff children out.
Yep.
And then the other one can sing a sexy lullaby
To
and
bring
get all of the children in town in, which would have worked on me.
Would have worked on me, I'm telling you.
Little children, I'll take you away.
So great.
Good stuff, dude.
You should
and she's
have
got
that
a low
mask and
cut
see
top, leaning forward, and her hair blowing.
They knew
in
what
the
they were
wind.
doing. They knew what the way she
Was
worked
it
that
Disney?
broom
Yes.
on it.
Wasn't Disney.
Now I'm highly convinced this was never supposed to be a Disney movie.
Yeah.
And it was
I was
like...
surprised. I think way later on when I found out it was technically a Disney movie.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
But once Pirates of the Caribbean showed like, oh no, PG-13 works.
Right, yeah.
Because Pirates of the Caribbean, when you start that movie, there's no logo of anything. It just starts.
Right. It just starts, yeah.
Because they didn't know what banner to put it under.
And even with like this movie, like you could take out the sexuality.
Oh yeah.
And it would play like nobody's loving this movie for the sexuality. I would still love this movie without the sexuality.
It still works.
It's a fun, it's a fun thing that's added to it. I love when the bus driver is hitting on them.
He is
like that whole
banging
thing.
for it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it is the sexuality. The movie is full of it. I get what you're saying of like you could like this movie without it, but like with the teens, with the virgins, with Sarah Jessica Parker, like this movie feels. I say it every fucking week. It was made for 1980 something.
For sure.
And then ended up here.
Yeah, we have talked about a very important cameo.
Give it to me.
With also a little bit of sexuality behind it.
Are you talking about, what's his fucking name? Frank Marshall?
Yes.
Frank Marshall as the devil?
Yeah, I thought it was Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
Gary
That's
Marshall
what I
and
mean.
his
Gary
wife,
Marshall.
Penny Marshall.
Yeah, Penny's
from
in it.
Laverne
That's
and
why.
Shirley. Yes, and they play Husband and
yes.
Wife, and they think he's the devil.
Yeah.
I love this whole bit.
Yeah.
And they're like sucking up to him, and then eventually his wife comes down with the curlers in her hair.
Yep.
And sees him dancing very closely and slowly with
all
Sarah
up on
Jessica
it.
Parker.
All up on it.
She calls me master. Come on.
Come on,
Sexuality.
dog. Oh, just
Hey,
palpable.
Clark Bars and get out of my house.
This movie...
Tries to turn her off with a remote control.
Yep. This movie started so many kinks from a young age all the way. We also, in this movie, and I mentioned him earlier, we get Billy, played by Doug Jones.
Yes.
Now, Doug Jones has a wildly fantastic career. He played the creature in Shape of Water. He played the weird water creature from the Hellboy series. He was in Star Trek Discovery recently as Saru. He is, if you need a tall, slender alien monster, he played it.
Right.
And what I love about that is because this is the first thing that I've ever seen him in, and I felt like he got to play a little bit. Like, I love when he finally opens his mouth and he's like, witch! So, like, I love it that entire thing happened. I enjoy the movie still. I don't think I love it as much as you. Because, again, as we saw in that trailer, I fought it for Beetlejuice. But I have watched this movie once every 5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll go every 5. I'll watch it. Because Brooke obviously grew up with it, loves it. And by the end of it, because they do get sent back to from whence they came, Max is no longer a cat. And now a ghost boy, and finds his ghost sister.
Yes.
And they go to ghost heaven
With
together
all the
from
souls are
1600.
released, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to wait 400 years for a virgin to light a candle. Again, slamming the virgin.
Fucking this movie wants you to
He
fuck.
didn't say I had to wait 400 years for a virgin to light the candle. He said I had to wait 400 years for a virgin to light a candle.
Oh, fucking this guy.
Right, judging virgins over here.
This guy. Because
Loser.
as a kid, like fucking this kid, Binks. He probably was slamming and has all kinds of diseases. He didn't die via witch. He died from the syphilis he got.
It implies that he is not a virgin. The way he was judging a virgin.
Yeah.
Even though he's arguably around the same age, that was kind of his shtick.
Again, he is cooler than Max.
Yeah. Oh,
he
for sure.
is the kid who should have played Max.
Yes. Now, I also heard...
Said it.
I also heard...
He heard it.
That the actor that played him, that is not his voice. They casted a different guy to do his voice for the cat, and then even overdubbed all of the actor's parts when he's like.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So the actor
I feel for the kid.
That's not his voice.
He got Darth Vader.
Yes, he got Darth Vader.
Wow,
100%.
I don't.
I believe
hate
that's what
it.
I saw.
I don't hate it if that happened because
no.
the voice of the cat is more predominant than what you are.
Yes, you don't need a voice actor to also have that look that you want.
Exactly.
And you don't need the person with the look that you want to have to be the voice actor. They are very different things.
God, could you imagine if Robin Williams was the cat?
That is...
And then plays the kid's voice.
Right. That would be wild.
I would be
very different.
Even more in. Go tell the town. I'm going to get him.
Right.
Away.
Yeah, the improv that would have happened. It would have been wild for sure. A very different tone of the movie.
Oh, this movie just got lively.
Taking it back to and Binks. I love when Binks gets run over. And I can't remember what is Max's sister's name. What is Thor Burks' character's name?
Fuck if I'm gonna Elizabeth.
No.
Is it Elizabeth?
No.
Elizabeth. I don't know, man. These kids. Emily Binks.
Emily.
Oh, Elizabeth was far off from Emily.
Emily is that's Zachary's sister. Thor Birch plays. What is Thor Birch's character?
Thor Birch plays Danny.
Danny is her name. Yes,
yeah, Danny plays.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
so
okay, yeah. No.
When he gets, as a cat, when he gets run over and smushed, and Danny's
flat.
like crying, and then like 2 seconds later he like reinflates.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "What?" He's like, I told you I can't die, remember?" And then they just run off. I love how he's just like,
nonchalant.
"Why are you crying? I already told you I can't die."
Yeah. No. That was a good bit. That's
I love
a good
his
bit.
attitude. I'm just like, "Oh, I can't die, remember?" Okay, let's go.
Let's go. We gotta go.
He really is like the protagonist of this because he's the one that knows exactly what's going on, exactly how to defeat the Sanderson sisters, and he's eager to get his sister back.
Right.
I mean, this is his story. It starts and ends with him.
Right.
He's in the very first scene and he's in the very last scene.
Am I making up that the dance party continues with the adults and then it's shown? Or is there a post-credit of...
I almost feel like I can't remember. I don't know if it's a post-credit scene or if it is
like
like the movie ends and then they cut to...
Right.
Because they were going to just dance literally until they die.
Right.
Which is insane.
It's fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, it was nice that all of the parents in Salem were all, at this giant swinger party. And then all these kids are running amok and nobody would, whatever. I also love when they run up to the police officer and they tell him what's going on. And then also, again, his sister goes, and he's a virgin. And then the cop just looks at, again, this virgin thing keeps coming back.
I mean,
the cop just looks at him like, all right, whatever. And then it's revealed after they leave that his girlfriend comes back out and he's like, they thought it was an actual cop.
Right.
So
That's my favorite scene.
Yeah, he was just really like, he was just like, I had some kids just yanking my chain. He's like, they thought it was an actual cop. So they were fucking around, and little did they know. And so I love that bit too.
I remember watching it this year, and that was one of the notes that I had was like, I thought this was a real cop.
Yeah,
and then
me too. Yeah,
when he swerved, I was like, okay, thank God,
right.
Because every decision thing he is saying is wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Like, do not trust adults in this film.
And he's a virgin. I also love like when they go to the dance party, because it makes sense that they would want to tell their parents. We need to tell some adults about this.
Right.
And so they go there and they try to explain it. And then Max finds his dad and it's like, hey, something's going on. And then And then Max's dad immediately goes, "Why? What's going on? Where's Danny?" Like he goes into like full on parent mode,
Right.
and really is concerned about the well being of his daughter. And then once he finds out, like, oh, it's just the Sanderson sisters are back from dead. Like, oh, okay, you guys are just fucking around.
Get
Like,
outta here.
don't make me worry. He really went into panic mode for a second there.
Got Mama Madonna
And
over
I
here
appreciate him
shaking
shouting.
the
Yeah,
hips.
and I love that she's just dancing just separately, just by herself.
Because she never gets a night out.
Yeah, I know.
This is the one time. This is why Halloween is important. You get to dress up whatever you want to be like.
I love it.
You're not a virgin.
I love it.
And you get to live your best swinger mansion life.
I love it. And then, of course, he steals the microphone. He tells everybody what's going on. Everyone's like,
get
what
the
is happening?
fuck out of here, virgin.
And then, of course, and then it cuts to her. Somebody's got a spotlight. Great. Cuts to the Sanderson sisters. And they're all in costume with everybody else.
And they look like, yep.
It looks legit.
They're in.
And then, of course, it's Bette Midler. She's going to sing.
She has to sing in the
Gotta
contract.
sing.
In
Yes,
the contract.
in the contract. And she goes, "Thank you, Max, for that marvelous introduction." And then she starts singing, and everyone's like, "This is fucking great."
Yeah.
And I also love that the band just knows how to play this
Just
song.
does,
Yes.
well, I mean, it is a classic Halloween song, so
Yes.
I get that.
Yeah, for sure. But regardless, it
Yeah.
is. I don't know how she would know it. I guess the song was written back in the 1600s.
Shut the fuck up.
Doesn't matter. She's a witch. She has powers.
You're talking like a virgin.
I know, right? I don't give a shit about any of the holes. This
No.
is all fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love the song. I love the bit. I love that. She uses that as a misdirect to undercut everything he's saying, so nobody takes him seriously.
Yeah.
And then also uses it as an opportunity to just hypnotize, put a spell on everybody, so they just keep dancing, and then they don't got to worry about adults anymore while they go get all the children.
Yep.
It's just good writing. I just love that shit.
It's good. It's good fun. The movie overall is good fun, and I suggest watching
Highly
on
recommend.
like Halloween seasons.
Yes.
Just because I don't is only just because I watch so much.
I was gonna say that too.
That's
Like,
the only reason why it's not high.
Right. You can. The only reason why it's so high for me is because I don't have a lot of other Halloween movies that I'm into.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I don't watch horror movies.
Right.
Beetlejuice I love. Of course I love it. But again,
There's only two.
Right. But of course it's like within that kind of more... and Nightmare Before Christmas. We'll get into it. I love that.
We do. It's
It
in
is a little
between.
bit... It's
in
a
between.
Christmassy movie, but it's also... It's Tim Burton, so it's...
We'll get into that. Yeah, but that, what was that make Edward Scissorhands?
Right.
Exactly.
Not Halloween.
Exactly.
But it's got
Sweeney
the,
Todd.
it's got the creepy vibes to it. Is what I'm getting at.
Yes.
So a lot, the Halloween movies that I would be into are more so like kind of more friendly, not really like
100%. 100% for everybody.
And so I have a much
It's
shorter
gateway.
list.
It's gateway horror. It's a fun time. It's definitely one of those movies that I would say if you want your kid to get into these type of things, this is one of the ones you do.
Oh yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, there's no
Ghostbusters,
scary
it's
part to it.
Beetlejuice, it's this.
Yeah, there's no scary part. It is like it's so themed. Like Hocus Pocus is so buried in Halloween. It's
Right.
all Halloween. It takes place on Halloween. It's all
Right.
about Halloween things.
Right.
But there's also no scary parts to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
it does feel very of the season. So it's great for kids for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Versus like Beetlejuice, not Halloween.
Okay. What?
Right?
What the fuck are you talking about? Not Halloween.
Is it a Halloween movie?
Well, okay. Spoilers for 2. 2 takes place during Halloween.
Okay, great. But the first one,
No.
not.
No.
It's got nothing to do with Halloween.
No, doesn't.
It's easy to watch on Halloween because it's...
Okay, fair.
And that's what I'm kind of getting.
That's what you're saying. It's
not
a
rooted-
Halloween movie
Yes.
in Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And so that's kind of... That's what I love about Hocus Pocus and being of the season.
I get what
yes,
you mean.
Beetlejuice can totally... But Beetlejuice you can watch anytime.
Anytime. Yeah, and I do.
Halloween time is an excuse to watch it, but it's not a Halloween movie.
Not presented as much as it should, and this is a big thing for me when I watch these kind of movies.
Yeah.
Does a good job looking like fall.
What does?
Hocus
Hocus
Pocus.
Pocus? Yeah.
It looks like fall.
Yes.
Like, you would be shocked
Yes.
at the amount of movies that aren't filmed during the
Right,
season
right,
to look
yes.
at. So if this is one of those movies, I mean, if it came out in July, it was probably filming in summer.
Yeah.
So if they did that, then
Yeah.
congratulations for making
Yeah,
a fall-looking
how it
movie.
was, yeah, for sure. And that's what, and especially like Leanne, like, so going back to like our trip to Busch Gardens and we were just walking around Busch Gardens, that was all Halloween themed. Leanne loves that shit. She loves walking around when it looks like Halloween outside.
Yes.
And it reminds her of the movies like Hocus Pocus and stuff. Her favorite parts of those movies is when they're walking through the streets and there's trick-or-treaters walking around and it's just like, and it's the fall leaves and all that stuff. Especially how it looks when we go trick-or-treating.
Right.
Like that whole vibe, like that's another one of our favorite things as well. And so yeah, it captures that very, very well. It feels like a Halloween
100%.
fall movie. Yeah. That's why, I love this fucking movie. I love it so much.
He loves it. I like it. I say it's worth a watch. What do you say? Do you like Hocus Pocus? Have you seen Hocus Pocus 2? Do you want more Hocus Pocus? Do you want a third Hocus Pocus movie? Which I think they're going to do. We'll find out. But let us know. Thanks for being a Patreon member. If you're a Patreon member, thanks for watching the show. Hit like, comment, let us know all the things that you love about this movie. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.